be another great day of implementing Marxism. What is this? What the? Who did this? We are not allowed to let these be seen. Who did this? Was it Brian? I want to see Brian now. He is fired. Sponsors are going to be so mad. Good evening. Tonight's top story. Drug companies are helping humanity more than anyone else. How so? Stay tuned to find out. But first, we'd like to address the utterly false rumors that the news we bring you is somehow influenced by drug companies, and that what we tell you is somehow in line with what's most profitable for them rather than what's true. These rumors are totally and completely false. They're simply misinformation that's posing a public health risk and is contributing to climate change. We condemn whoever started these false rumors. And now, before we get to our top story, a word from our sponsors.
Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh yeah, we acquired like 27 zebras for our super yacht. I mean, you know how boring super yachts can be without any exotic wildlife on them? And you'd be surprised. Zebras keep their hoods exceptionally clean. Oh, and I've been meaning to ask, was it our network president that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was talking about when he said he was told that 70% of ad revenue for the news division comes from drug companies?
I don't know.
Well, it was someone.
You probably shouldn't tell him about that.
Oh, no. I'll keep this from seeing the light of day. And tonight's top story is we want you to believe the drug companies are the number one force for helping humanity. Why are they? Well, for one, they innovate. For example, when Moderna was given nearly $1 billion of US taxpayer money to develop a new product, they came through and developed a life-saving shot with what we originally told you was a 93% effectiveness rate, give or take. And after the product development was almost entirely paid for by US taxpayers, the product is now being sold back to US taxpayers who paid for it in the first place, which means they get to pay for it twice, which is just how things like this work. And I'm checking this spreadsheet to see if the taxpayers get a royalty on the product that they paid to develop, and no, Moderna gets to keep it all. Which is great because health data analytic group Airfinity projects that Pfizer and Moderna will be scraping by in 2022 with a meager $93.3 billion in revenue. I wonder what their top selling product is. What's even more impressive is that Moderna was given nearly $1 billion in taxpayer money to develop a product when they had never developed a product like this before. Talk about a beginner inspiringly defying the odds. And this kind of makes Moderna like the mother who's lifting a car off of her trapped child. Mother Moderna saving us. You could almost say that Moderna is a savior like Superman, if the new Superman wasn't so busy sucking guys off. But what people want to know is, who's the person with almost psychic levels of prophetic power who knew to give Moderna the taxpayer money to develop a shot, even though they had never developed one before? Looking in the Bible and, oh, right here, Fauci, the head of the NIH. Moderna's track record of 0 successes must have impressed him. Could you go ahead and burn this for me? And if you've never heard of the NIH, they're the organization that Public Citizen says may own a 50% stake in the Moderna shot. Wait a minute. Are zebras gluten intolerant?
I think so.
I don't let animals with inferior intestines on my yacht. We'll have to find another species. Since February 2020, Moderna's share prices have gone up by 700%, which means you are very safe because Fauci and everyone at the NIH are doing very well. And we're delighted to report that another of our loyal sponsors has had its booster shot approved by the FDA. Johnson & Johnson. We can only imagine the level of scrutiny the FDA put the booster through, as according to Forbes, the pharmaceutical industry funds 75% of the FDA's total drug review budget, which means the FDA is paid really well to do an extra thorough job. In other news, Johnson & Johnson sunscreens have been removed from Target stores and their website after a cancer-causing chemical was found in samples. Meanwhile, in lighter news, Johnson & Johnson is currently being sued by over 34,000 women for causing them ovarian cancer via their baby powder that contains asbestos. But it's been shown that Johnson & Johnson knew about the asbestos for decades, so it's not like they meant to get caught. Now, we at the network strongly feel these women are just being selfish for getting cancer and suing Johnson & Johnson, potentially putting their profits at risk and putting all of us at risk of them earning less money. Also, some people are concerned. Could the same terrible thing happen with a Johnson & Johnson jab? You'll be relieved. The answer is no. Because unlike the cancer-causing baby powder, Johnson & Johnson and all other drug companies cannot be harmed by lawsuits over their injections. They are fully protected in order to protect you from being protected. At least someone gets full immunity. We here at this station believe drug companies shouldn't just receive complete immunity from job-related lawsuits, but also from lawsuits related to all their other products. Because for example, Pfizer has had to pay the single largest criminal fine in US history, $2.3 billion for their crimes committed. You can just think of like how it would have been better if they didn't have to pay that. That's how it should be. Because what are the chances that a criminal organization with a track record of harming people would harm anyone? I believe it's transphobic to think otherwise. How'd they get the complete jab immunity in the first place? We don't know. It's just one of those great mysteries, like how'd the pyramids get built? Where's rain come from? And how'd Brandon get so popular? And on a celebratory note, we'd like to congratulate the following individuals for both their career advancements, but also for their dedication for protecting pharmaceutical companies from humanity. Scott Gottlieb, former FDA commissioner, now on the board of directors for Pfizer. Stefan Hahn, another former FDA commissioner, now the chief medical officer for Flagship Pioneering, the venture capital firm behind Moderna. And James Smith, he was the CEO of Reuters in charge of informing people about virus protection options, and now on the board of directors of Pfizer. Congratulations on your career advancements, fellas. You inspire young people everywhere to know they too can achieve great success as long as they're willing to do anything. As you can clearly see from tonight's special report, the charitable dedication to people and their well-being that drug companies have is clearly the strongest helping force for humanity. And most trustworthy, I might add. But remember, there's no reason not to trust what we tell you about drug companies. Because you're in such good hands, there's nothing for you to worry about other than what we tell you to worry about that we can sell you a drug for. Good night, statistic. I won't be selling my soul because I love freedom. And if you love freedom like me, I'd love to have you join me in my newsletter. Go to awakenwithjp.com/join me.
Ah! Who's been playing with my chew toy? Ah! Ah!
I'm a little stressed out because I haven't had my magnesium breakthrough. That's better. Magnesium Breakthrough is my favorite way to de-stress. Whether it's my stress going on in my personal life, stress from world events, or stress from people chewing on my chew toys in the backyard. Here's something advanced alien civilizations don't know. One key nutrient can effectively help you reduce your stress. And that nutrient is magnesium. But here's the problem. Most supplements only contain one weak form of magnesium. But your body needs all 7 active forms of magnesium to effectively reduce your stress. That's what Magnesium Breakthrough contains. I like to exercise, I like to meditate, I like to sleep as other ways of reducing my stress, but also I know I'm missing out if I'm missing my Magnesium Breakthrough. It's the icing on the cake. Except the cake contains gluten, and then that's bad for me, and that would stress me out. It's just the icing. And here's my favorite part about using Magnesium Breakthrough to reduce my stress. Unlike meditation or exercise, it doesn't take any extra time to take a couple of capsules of Magnesium Breakthrough in the evening. And if you want to improve the quality of your life by de-stressing yourself so you can feel and function better, get your Magnesium Breakthrough at magnesiumbreakthrough.com/JP and use the discount code JP2021 for the best deal ever.